Shri Gurave Namah. In one of my satsangs with Slovenian devotees, where we were discussing Vaidhi and Raganuga, I had said that if you follow the Vaidhi Bhakti without an element of Raganuga in it, in the sense that if there is no cultivation of Raga, then Vaidhi becomes a repressive mechanism, because the desires are produced in us when we identify ourselves with the body, and we are trying to follow the Vidhi Nishedas which are given in the Shastra by our Guruji. Then it is opposing to these desires, so they are repressing us. In that sense, it becomes a repressive mechanism. So he was asking, a doubt came to one of the devotees that even in Raganuga Bhakti, where we are talking about these four limbs of Bhakti sadhana, which is Jnana, Karma, Sannyasa and Dhyana. So there is Sannyasa here also. So why it is not becoming a repressive mechanism? So we will do Chintana on this. Okay.
So we are embodied beings, meaning we are living in the bodies, and body means also subtle body, which is the mind, mano. So this mind, mano eva manushyanam karanam moksha bandhaya. So this mind is the cause of the liberation and cause of bondage. So when we practice, when we come on a spiritual path, and we are getting Diksha, we are getting Guru, and we get 5 samskaras to follow, and simultaneously 9 limbs of Bhakti. So what happens if we don't reconstitute ourselves into the Atma or the conscious being, is inevitably that we will stay in the body. And body has 5 senses, the nature has 5 sense objects, and I, on the level of Ahankara, identify myself with the body. On the level of Buddhi, who gives me the ideology that this world is place of happiness and love, and my mind, whose nature is to desire and relish the Prakriti, because it's coming from Prakriti, we start to produce desires.
Relish 5 sense objects with 5 senses. This is the nature of the mind. Right.
So then, I know that this is not in accordance with the Shastra and teaching of Guru and the path. So then I do sannyas, I reject these desires, but within the mind, the bubble remains, because desire, when it's born, it will not disappear just by removing it aside. It will stay there. And wherever I see that objects of my seeing, hearing, touching and smelling and tasting, this desire will this bubble be more and more increasing and create a big bubble which will inevitably, once the great force explode, and I will be forcefully do the fulfilling the desires. And this will slowly remove me even from the path. So this is what happens when I practice spiritual path and remain in the body.
So if you practice spiritual path by remaining in the body, because the desires are produced, this path, this spiritual practice is working like a
repressive mechanism.
Very good. You're only repressing, the desires are not going away. So the bhakti is becoming a repressive mechanism for you. And it will come out sooner or later, right? So
if I am fortunate enough that realizing that I'm doing something wrong, or either I don't understand properly path, and I pray for the Supreme Lord for guidance, He will bring me in contact with the Rasic saint of devotee who is either Ragatmika Bhakta or is following in the footsteps of Ragatmika Bhakta and Raganuga Bhakta. And he will tell me, Rasika janae tab mai jana,
मैं हूँ आत्मा काना 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 काना.
So Rasika saint will tell me, you are the Atma, you are the Amsha of Paramatma.
आत्मा की आत्मा तू काना, यह भी अब मैं जाना. काना काना काना, तुम मम प्रियतम काना. काना काना काना.
And since you are a part of him, you are his Amsha, he is your beloved.
Priyatama,
He
beloved.
is Priyatama. Tumu Mama Priyatama. He is your Priyatama, he is the object of your love. So now,
So the sadhana becomes automatically to cultivate that love.
Cultivation of love.
So how is it cultivated? How does it teach you to cultivate love?
So he is giving you, he is giving you fourfold part to follow, which
So
is
firstly, he is teaching you seva and Artha Bhavana. And Artha Bhavana is the means of extracting love
from the Nama Rupa Guna Lila Dham.
Thamkara. So you are in the sadhana of extracting love and relishing it. Through buddhi you are extracting, and it goes into your heart as mamatva, and you are relishing. So it goes by these four paths. So what are they?
You get the knowledge, I am the Amsha of the Lord, I am a Dasa of the Lord, and I am a lover of the Lord, and Sri Krishna is my beloved.
Right.
And karma becomes doing seva in order to please, to give pleasure to my object of love.
And loving within the heart, that becomes the karma, right?
So, sannyas, we also have a sannyasi in Raganuga Bhakti. The limbs of sannyasa means whatever comes in between, I should reject or renounce these desires.
So basically, personal desire. Because Preeti means giving pleasure to your beloved, having your Guru's or Hari's Ruchi as your Ruchi. So if something is coming in between, this means having your own Ruchi. If my own Ruchi is coming, so I renounce it here.
And dhyana aspect of it is whenever my mind slips from the role of dasa and beloved, lover of Supreme Lord, I bring him back.
Yes.
So
the question is, here also there is sannyasa, but why it is not becoming a repressive mechanism? Is it becoming some other mechanism when we follow that?
So by following strictly the order of your teacher, of your guru, and by doing the Artha Bhavan and the Anukula Seva in order to please, the object of focus is on giving pleasure, not taking pleasure, giving pleasure to the object of your love, and this acts as a dissolving mechanism, which means there is no question of even appearing desire, because the object of your seva, of your pleasure, is your beloved, Sri Krishna.
So what is happening is, basically, when you've practiced these four limbs of yoga, you are getting yoga with your role. You are getting yoga with the Lord also. And the more you get yoga with your role, your Artha Bhavana starts working, and then because you are extracting love, mamatva comes to you. So when mamatva comes, what happens? It is like sunshine which removes the darkness. It removes the darkness and comes. It burns my vasanas and it burns my desires and comes. So there is a shloka in
Bhagavad Gita. Yata idam samido agnir basmasad kurute Arjuna gyanagnir sarva karmani basmasad kurute tata. And also Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is telling the Adao Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Anartha Nivriti.
Yeah, after Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivriti. So you are following your Guruji and you are doing Bhajana Kriya in the form of Seva and Artha Bhavana. So what is happening? The next step is Anartha Nivriti.
And then due to the fire of Bhakti, these anarthas are burned, just like in the verse in Gita, Krishna said, this fire of knowledge is burning down all.
Big heap of wood is just burnt, just as it is burnt. So all the unlimited karmas which are there in you, vasanas which are there in you, desires which are there in you, they burn because of this Jnana-Agni, the fire of knowledge. Yes. So in that sense, you are saying that it is becoming like a dissolving mechanism. So when the desire itself is burned, where is the question of?
Coming.
Desire coming. So when the desire itself is not coming, where is the question of repressing? The question of repression comes if the desire is produced, and when I am trying to follow the limbs of bhakti, this is repressed. But I am on every second by doing Raganuga Bhakti, I am actually burning the desire. So when the desire itself is not produced, so there is no question of.
Because there is the natural vairagya, and which means the swabhavik aruchi. You don't even have a
taste for it. So as a process of bhakti, what happens is that this sannyasa turns into vairagya. This rejection of personal desire which you are doing, it becomes vairagya. Vairagya means swabhavika aruchi, means naturally you have distaste. The more you start realizing your nature as Atma, Dasa and Parikara, and you start getting mamatva, you have a natural distaste for material things. So you are not repressing there. You have no taste at all. So this is the result of Raganuga Bhakti. This is the result of Rasopasana. But
there is a big but. But this functioning only if I am able to give up my mano and buddhi to Guru and Shri Krishna. Therefore Shri Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Mai eva mano adasva, mayam buddhi niveshaya. So give your mind and your buddhi to me, and I will clean them. I will clean the vessel of your mind and your heart, and will put the prema inside, which you can relish.
Yeah. So if you don't give your mind, even after coming to a Rasik Guru, and even after practicing Seva and Artha Bhavana, if you don't give your mind and buddhi to your Guruji, what happens that these four limbs, you will not be able to practice. How? Explain.
So on the level of Gyan, which means I am the Atma, I am a Dasa. There is no question of being Atma and Dasa, because mine is a material element, and he
it always identifies with the body.
And he is the relisher through the material of the sense object to the practice. So he is the enjoyer. There is no question of the identity of I. This I is there is no question of it.
So the jnana aspect of sadhana cannot take place. And next?
Karma, so when I don't feel myself of dasa, there is no question of giving pleasure to object of my love. I am seeking pleasure for myself. So this also is not possible.
Very good.
So the sannyas, so if I remove this element, if I remove that I am because I am, mind identifies with itself, and he is the enjoyer. So if I remove this, I am not enjoyer, then mind loses his identity. So he will never do that.
So sannyasa is also not possible, because it is, as you said earlier, it is the nature of the mind to desire the pleasure of five sense objects through five senses. So when it is the nature, how is it possible for it to renounce that?
Give up that nature.
It's not possible. Nobody can renounce their nature. So that is why sannyasa is not also possible.
Just like when I'm in India, and then he asked me, give up your Slovenian identity and become Indian. So how can I do that?
Yeah.
I may maybe come and live here, but I will never become Indian.
So dhyana, what about dhyana?
So dhyana aspect is...
What is dhyana basically?
Dhyana
Whenever the
means
mind goes, pulling it back.
pulling back. So this is also not possible. And why is not possible? Because mind is always enjoying the prakriti.
It has ruchi for that.
And has ruchi for that.
And wherever there is ruchi, mind will go there only.
So if I tell the mind, now when we follow the path of bhakti, we are removing the mind from Maya and fixing on Krishna. But mind is doing vice versa.
Opposite.
That means whenever you put him in Krishna, he comes back to Maya because this is nature.
He has ruchi there. He doesn't have any ruchi for Krishna prema, the mind. So that is why it does the opposite thing. You are trying to pull it from Maya and bring it on Krishna, but the mind will pull it back to Maya again. So none of these four things are going to work, and because these four things are not going to work, there is no yoga with the Atma Dasa Parikara, and there is no cultivation of Mamatva, so it fails. So in essence, what is happening?
In essence, the person who asked the question, he is right. That even in a Raganuga Bhakti, if I remain myself in the bodily concept, inevitably that mind will produce desires, and because of having desires, I will suppress them.
So it becomes even Raganuga Bhakti practice becomes a repressive mechanism. If I identify myself with the mind, and if I don't offer my mind and buddhi to the Guruji, which is called as surrender. If I don't surrender to him and give my heart to him, then it becomes a repressive mechanism. It works only when
I am surrendering my mind and my buddhi and admit to the Supreme Lord that I am helpless. So it starts with realizing that I am helpless, having the material instrument,
yes,
and the object of my goal is Divya Vastu. And it can only be possible for me by Kripa on me, that I can attain, that I can reach, that I can experience and having that love. So therefore
So with Dainya, that feeling, that helplessness, I do
Karuna Krandana, which
Karuna
means
Krandana,
crying out
for the mercy of the Lord. Then it evokes Karuna in Gurudev, and then Gurudev gives me spiritual strength. He passes on his knowledge and sadhana shakti sampatti to me, with which I will be able to do Raganuga Bhakti. Very good. Sri Gurave